Well, hello, it's Phi, and we're going to start off with XRP Standard Productions. He's on the sauce tonight. Pino in the bloodstream. Ask me anything. Okay. So, what have we got? He's got 5 wives and 89 children. Are you David Schwartz? There are 4 XRPPs. Only one is David Schwartz. When Moon, Tuesday. That's the 1st of November. Oh dear, he's having a good time. This coming Tuesday? Yeah, sure, why not? Lawsuit ends in settlement or summary judgment. It ends with a truce with great hugs. Of course, I replied, warm hugs? Do we live in a simulacrum? Yes, but it's more of a simulacrum. Favorite cocktail, slippery noodle? In Bubble we trust, implicitly, he replies. And this is the best one. Is Joel Katz Satoshi? Yes, he replies. Perfect. Is Thanksgiving going to be great this year or what? Totally. Why? Oh, this is BG Elias. Ah, yes. I should probably follow him. I just remembered something you said last year. Fabulous. Okay. Well, that's a little bit of fun. Let's have a look at Joel Katz. He's flipped things upside down, interestingly. And he loves a little bit of spam. He's talking about spam. He's flipped things up in the air. And, well, flipping the picture, flipping the switch. Flipping the world upside down. It's all there, isn't it? Let's do art of information. I think you will be happy. Yeah, so I flipped the image there on David Schwartz, and it kind of looks like are we going to say a phoenix, or are we going to say it looks like a hamster, a dog? I don't know. But yes, and of course you've got Geronimo. You probably can't see it here, and I certainly can't see Geronimo. He blocked me a very long time ago for some reason. On April 4th, so the 4/4, everything will be flipped on its head, says Geronimo. Intéressant. So it's still fun. Brad Garlinghouse, I think. Let's have a look at Mr. B. Garlinghouse. He still has 589 following, or he's following 589, should I say. There's a lot of excitement in the XRP community. We've, of course, got the XLS going live. And we're just kind of waiting for something to happen, a big crash, so that we can get regulations, or a big boom. I mean, I think most people are expecting the volatility right now. So, it could be coming. I've just done a tweet here. It suddenly occurred to me. David Schwartz back here when he says the paella is almost done. And then he serves it up 25 minutes later. Well, it occurred to me tonight. I might have covered this before, I'm not sure. But paella, if you remove one of the L's, is a leap. And so I had a quick decode, 25 minutes between almost done and serving. If we did 25 weeks, it brings us out to the 14th of January next year. Or if we just go based on timestamps, so you got the 22:58. If we went for 10 weeks, 58, it takes you to the 28th of November. Or 22 weeks, 58 takes us to the 20th of February. Or in seconds, we've got the 23rd of Jan, or 589 days, which I found the most interesting. 589 days takes us to the 3rd of the 3rd, which is the 33, in 2024. And 2024 is our next leap year, which happens to be 3 days after David Swed said he might flip the switch and gave us one of those options for 229. And then I add to that decode, X is 24 in the alphabet, Omega is the 24th Greek letter, so you got alpha to omega, meaning like the ending. There's 303 days remaining on the 3rd of the 3rd, 2024, and it happens to be the 152nd day of the year, or the 21st week, 5th day, so the 215. This is like when Elon crashed the market last year on the 12th of May. And there's your picture of Paul, one giant leap across the Omega. This is like an upside down Omega symbol. So, yeah, interesting. We could be waiting a while or get to have some fun this year or next. We shall see. But I wanted tonight to talk to you about a particular little decode. So I had some fun with that. So let's go and find it. I'm not going to delve into these tonight. Or that. Yeah, this is good for a map hold, actually. They've done the green box. And of course, where have we seen that before? Mr. Poole. It's getting closer. You can feel it coming. You can literally feel it coming. It's insane. Rebuild Coach is on my Discord. Tom's a great guy. Some really good decodes. Looking at the 1st of November again, which is what XRP Productions has just said for the Tuesday. Let's see what happens on Tuesday. I can't imagine anything happening just yet. It's kind of going to happen well after events, isn't it? But I think we need the entire system to crash first before XRP rises. But we shall see. We shall see. This man, Rishi, he has been elected Mr. Crypto Friendly. Outside door number 10 and outside door number 11. A bit like the... so that one's not 11. There was a picture of him outside the 11. But it's a bit like the 11 one as well. But we'll see. Interesting times ahead. So, here we go. Right, I wanted to share this with you. I put it on Twitter. I put it on a short the other day. But this is my decode for when the bear looks up at the golden sun and blue skies. He thanks God for this opportunity to buy XRP, blah, 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 blah. Right? Everybody's still looking for this. And they're also looking for the JB Riddle. This, in my opinion, is stone cold proof that... I'm going to give you a little... stone cold proof that I have decoded it right, in my opinion. Okay? The sun. Another word for the sun, or certainly when it's being eclipsed by the moon, what's left is visible is the corona. Let's look up the corona, and you will see. No, don't look at that shit. The meaning. Okay, so a corona is like a crown. So of course, we've seen the crown depart from this world this year. So it's very symbolic. But in astronomy, the sun's corona is normally visible only during a total solar eclipse. Now, I'm not focusing on the solar eclipse. I'm focusing on the fact that the sun has a corona. Okay? A corona. So what I'm telling you is the sun, being the corona, okay, was an opportunity to buy XRP worldwide. There was no lawsuit at the time, and you could buy XRP for incredibly... Now, that is ugly. Let's delete all those things. This is corona. Let's get it up here. Right there for about 11 or 12 pence. Looks like the higher end of 11, 12 pence. 12 pence on the 13th of March, I think it was, at its lowest. So you've got the 313. 11, 12 pence. You could buy it. That is the sun. That was the crash of the corona. Okay? 100%. And in fact, look at the price when... That's interesting. When BG released his Lodestar 3, on the very day it was at 17 cents, and that was already a very good bottom, an extremely good bottom. You could have bought on the day that he released Lodestar, And his advice was, if I get it up, let's find Lodestar. Here it is. This is strange. It doesn't quite show it as I usually see it. So, in which case, let's look at bear able. Bear with me. The bear. Let's find a better tiny URL, Lodestar 3. Oh, that's weird. On my phone, I see a whole banner. And on the banner, it says, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. So that's what I believed it was all about. So yeah, there he is, releasing it on the 17th of December. And if you don't believe me, where is it? Where's it gone? Goodness gracious me. Here. There he goes. It can tell you when. Yeah, look, you can see that. 17th of December 2019. Let's look what the chart was doing at the time. And here it is, right here, 17 cents. It's at the bottom of the market. It pops up to around about the 15th of February, crashes back down for Corona at 11 cents. Two good buying opportunities already. Okay, the day he released it, saying be greedy when others are fearful. So I'm guessing at that sentiment time, people may well have been feeling fearful as it had already crashed. Look at the price. It'd gone from there all the way down. And now this was a new low. This was the new lowest of lows, 17 cents. Okay, so that was two of his little warnings. And then, of course, so this is the sun, this is the corona, this is sun. Yeah, you see the logic? You cannot argue that that was not the sun. Okay, then we move over to this crash here, which was in line with June. Another 17 cents. It's hit it to 1, 2, 3 times. There's no way we need to hit back at that level. There's no way we need to go back to that level. Some people think we do. I don't think so. So 17, what was happening at this point? Well, the riddle is when the bear looks up at the golden sun and blue skies. Now, let me tell you why. The 28th of December was all about blue skies. Well, not even just necessarily 28th, but 28th, 29th, or this whole entire time frame. Here was the lawsuit around about there. 22nd of December, whoop, down it goes, little bounce, and then finds its settlement 6 days later, okay, at 17 cents. This was the last opportunity you had a great buy. Okay, let me show you what blue skies is. Blue sky security laws. Okay, blue sky laws are state-level anti-fraud regulations that require issuers of securities to be registered and disclose details of the offerings. Blue skies is all about the sale and registration of securities. What was the lawsuit all about? Oh, XRP is a security. There you go. All right. If you cannot see that is blue skies, God help you. But I'm sure you can because you're smart. You've come to my channel for a reason. And I decode for a reason. And this is what I found. And you'll be pleased to hear with my little bit of fun that I do with Fibonacci scales and percentages of the year in terms of this date here, the 18th of June, was the 74th percentile of a Hebrew year in that year. From the start of the Hebrew year in 2021 to this extreme bottom here, it was exactly 74% of that Hebrew year. 7-4 being like Independence Day. So from the top to the bottom, we are done there at that point. So 29. And just to give you a little show, here's a beautiful, beautiful golden ratio calculator. And there's your evidence there. 29 the low is summer 2022. 17, your low blue skies. And 11, your low of corona. Boom, boom, boom. Golden ratio. It proves it every single time. And for one little bit of bonus content, JB. Who is JB? The first decider, right? Let's get back into this. Let's see if I can find his post. That is that one. And where is it? Here it is. Okay. I cannot give you the exact names as it would worry, as I worry it could change the timeline. But 4 days after the death of my hero, JB is the last chance to buy. And when the time comes to you, you will know. Okay? There's still people wondering, who's JB? Is it James Bond? Is it Joe Biden? No, it isn't any of those. It's this guy here. Absolutely nailed it for me. And it was, as soon as he said this, it clicked. I was like, boom, I know exactly what this decode is all about. He says here, how about the Jachin and Boaz on the winter solstice? Because I've always believed it to be Jachin and Boaz. On the winter solstice, December 21st, their shadows are the longest, marking the solstice. Up next is the vernal equinox, which in Freemasonry they calculate as 13 days. 91 days after the 21st is the 322. But let's concentrate on the 21st of December. What did Brad Garlinghouse do? He announced that XRP Ripple were being sued, and on the 22nd was the day the lawsuit was filed. JB, your hero, if you're a Freemason, JB is pretty much going to be your hero. And the shadows are at their longest. So what happens when the shadows are at their longest? What they then do as the year moves on is that they shorten, they die, they get smaller, okay? So this was 4 days after Jachin and Boaz, was Christmas. There was a lot of talk about the lawsuit and the fact that companies were starting to delist. So Coinbase, no, they didn't delist straight away, but the talk was there. And of course, we had the big crash 4 days after JB. So that makes the 25th. We are literally here at this price, about 30 cents, up and down, up and down. So it is not accurate to 4 days in terms of bang on 4 days, but by the 28th, 29th, we have our bottom of about 18 cents. That is it. That is it. It's all about the blue skies, all about being prevented to be buying XRP. You'll no longer be able to buy your XRP. And the reason I can cement this as a decode is for thus following. The reason is for this part here. A month later, first decided with another post on the 18th of January, Grandpa, per your auto entry, JB is still alive. And I was wrong. I misinterpreted your notes. I will research these more thoroughly, and I will uphold your vision. Now, if you have any knowledge about the lawsuit and which exchanges supported XRP and which didn't, you will know that Uphold did not delist XRP. So that is that. That is that riddle, all done. It's over. It's finished. It ain't coming back. So we've got the sun, we've got the blue skies, and we've got JB. Okay, it is done. The sun, the blue skies, and JB. The summer of 22 looks like a Loch Ness monster at the end here, and we are done with these decodes. So onwards and upwards, I think, for XRP, unless, of course, it needs to revisit somewhere along the way. I mean, it's touched 17 3 times. We've got one big mega crash down the bottom here, 11 cents. We touched 11 cents back here in November, what month? July 17. Twice. It went through it, touched it again. By 3 they come. By 3 they come. Maybe. We've never ever touched that price again. We could see a complete total reset down to 11 cents. The 6.9 is interesting. So if you look at the golden ratio, and if we just chuck in 17.9, we have 6.8 as part of the XRP's golden ratio, and voila, where's the chart? That there, the top 6.8. So it could, and that there is there, the top of the 2014 run is as low as I think it could go if we had an absolute mega crash. I can't see it, but I know a lot of gap traders think it. They also think as low as this, 2 cents. The data supports it. The data absolutely supports it, but I think that's kind of insane. 11, 4 cents, and let's do 6.7, 2.5 cents. So there you Fibonacci's. 4 cents. It's never really touched 4 cents. It's gone through it, but never really stayed there. So 2 cents are your strengths, 6, and then of course up to here the 11. Is it going to do 11 again? If it does, guys, if it does, do not complain. Do not have any fear. This is just about the it's just about the charts. They have to fanny around, bouncing around all these different areas. And quite frankly, you know, when we start getting up to the upside, £3.80 is going to be one of those unknown tested. Anything above that, or $3.80, it's going to be unknown and untested. There's a lot of support in around this middle section, but, you know, we're going to have to see what goes. Just chill out. Don't worry about it. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Not in the Nelly slightest. But you'll be pleased to know. You'll be pleased to know. Looking back at this chart, we get the equivalent of an 11 and an 11. A 17. If it was like the same shape of chart, right? Looking at the charts here. This is the rock bottom. This is the equivalent of like the lawsuit. So it's got a lot of strength around that price. And later in its run, it never comes back here. It just never comes back here. So we chuck a fib on there. If we're going to do the same as that at that particular time. All right, for example. So although these fibs are in the wrong places, let me just do a reset. Aha, that's better. Let's go down. So 0. What we got there? 0, 11. Let's just see where that takes me. And we're almost done. So there's the 22. I'm going to say that this is going to be 0.044. And there it is. There's the 44. Right, so you got the 22 and the 44 perfectly hitting there. So it'd be interesting to see where we are now on that scale up here. We quickly knock that out. Fib retracement. Go down to the bottom. And we are pretty much following suit. Exactly the same. It's touched that 22 fib, or the 0.022, and it's almost touched. If we just, let's say if we go there. Yeah, if we pull it up a little bit, it's perfect. It's touched the 0.44 several times. I'm going to say I'd be pretty happy with that. That it doesn't go again. And it's literally mimicking this chart here. So what have we got next? Well, let's compare it. If it is mimicking this chart, we've just touched down to the bottom, we've gone up, and we're having a little bit of movement before, boom. That's some serious exponential movement. Let's touch the bottom, and who knows? We are in a different period of time. However, definitely things are looking like they're going to burn and bust. But if it copies this, it's just going to go up and never stop. But if it doesn't, will we retest the bottom before bouncing up? Maybe. And finally, I'm just going to have a look at the duration, the date range. Now, something that was interesting I was thinking about. Let's scoop this off. Now, the good thing is this is at the end of the video, and if you're not interested in this, you've already gone. But if you are, so from sun to blue skies, it looks around about 291 days. And we could try and get this accurate. Let's get this accurate. Okay, yeah, 291 days. So let's literally measure it out. 13, let's go to time and date. 13/3/2020. Okay, until the 28th of December 2020. 290 must have been 29th then. So that's 9 months, 16 days. 41 weeks. Okay, so then now let's look at the next duration. From blue skies to the summer low, and I believe it's around about 18 months. $537 bars. I know the dates, so let's just measure it out. So we got the 29/12/2020 to the 18th of June 2022. 536, is that what we had written? 537, okay. I can live with that. Well, I know the dates are what they are. 18th of June, there we go. So that duration was 17 months, 20 days. So 536. So let's have just a quick look. Let's chuck in 536 into my golden ratio. Let's see if that reveals anything tonight. Live on air. I've not tried this yet. 291,537. Not quite. So duration wise, we're not quite hitting it on the golden ratio. But that's okay. It doesn't work for everything. Unless, of course, 291. Let's just check what 291 would have been. 470. Let's pull this 470 back. It is a low, but it's not the low. So I don't know how much percentage there is more of it. 470. This is about 67 days. It's interesting. Okay, well, that's something to work on, something to think about. But either way, at some point soon, guys, the lawsuit's going to end. And although we know it's a sham of a lawsuit, you just got to keep holding. So let me give you a quick pep talk. If you're still with me, this is your pep talk. XRP, one day, probably in the next 3 years, but maybe sooner, is going to be worth a lot of money. And I think it's going to be somewhere up here. 3 to 4 digits. And then by 2030, maybe 5 digits. I genuinely think it is. From everything I've read, from everything I understand about it, I think it's going to be up there. So with everything coming, there's staking, there's going to be the Flare utility, adoption, so many passive income streams that we just don't fully understand coming to us in the future. Now, what I want you to do, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world. Just chill. Try to be neutral to everything. Don't give your energy to the SEC. Don't give your energy to the Illuminati. Don't give your energy to crazy people on Twitter. Just chill. Live your life. Start manifesting your future. Write it down. Think about it. Look at pictures. Think about where you want to be and who you want to be. That's the most important thing. Who do you want to be? And everything's going to be fine. And on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. God bless to you. And whether you're religious, not religious, the Creator, the big boy upstairs, is looking out for you if you want to open those doors and see those signs. Something in this matrix of a world will help you along your journey. Take care. Wabbit out.